G'day guys, quick vid about the engine additive, DNOS. I use Newline gearbox and differential treatment, the G70, 50 or 80 mil. I've always done it, I never have a problem with it. I'm going to keep doing it. But for you guys out there, don't listen to me. You know, I'm a little bit older and stuck in my ways. Had I had half a brain, I would have gone and bought something online. Now, I've asked my suppliers about the liquid moly stuff, and they just seem to have a problem with all that sort of stuff. So it is Australia, it's a little bit harder to get. And I've got a bit of a thing with shopping online. I used to have an online store, and I absolutely would not buy from eBay if it was the last place on earth to buy something. And I like to support stores locally. So yeah, I will continue using the G70. In saying that, once I open another workshop and maybe find some other sources, I will try the liquid moly. I think they're the leaders in that sort of stuff. Also, DNOS mentioned Ceratec, some ceramic type thing. I'm not sure, but I definitely recommend doing it, especially with the boxer and the way the boxer works. I think it responds really, really well to those sorts of additives. I would literally guarantee Subaru would say to not add any additives. Most manufacturers do say to not add any additives into the tank, into the oil. Now, in saying that, you've got to keep your oil up and not, you know, abuse your oil because you've got an additive in it, or not put any additives in that claim to extend the life of the engine oil. We've had in the past customers using additives, one particular V8 Lexus where he didn't change his oil for 40,000 Ks, and the whole engine of course was written off. The whole car got written off in the end. But yeah, we're talking about here reducing friction. We're not talking about extending the oil life of the engine, which, driven the way I drive, even the best synthetic oil will not last more than 4,000 Ks in this car, or any car, even the German cars with the longer life intervals. Now, secondly, the Lancer Evo is still up for sale. If anyone's interested, hello to Across the Ditch to Book and Reagan. Thank you for your comment, Reagan. Ronald Reagan. Reagan. I don't know, how do you pronounce it? But so that's that for those guys commenting on that. Yes, use the liquid moly or use Ceratec, or have a look into something reputable. Don't go on what I said, and that's why I didn't want to mention it, because I'm not sure what Teflon does to the inside of an engine. I can assure you it does nothing but good, in my opinion. But then again, maybe Brett Middleton's got something to say about this one. Also, Brett, if you do watch this, do you have any comments on how these cars just continue to run better and better and become more efficient over time? What's going on with those shadows? It looks like my car's sort of like it looks like Sydney's Viva Light Festival here, with those shadows on it, doesn't it? Now, what was the other thing? There was the additives. Okay, regarding the high tyre pressures, the car rides superbly on it. Of course, it's going to have a reaction, and that reaction is less grip, which is exactly what I want. Sorry guys, I just thought one of my wheel nuts was missing. No, it's just so dirty I can't see it. Yeah, so, okay. The VDC, last night I went for a quick run, very slowly in the rain, to Woolworths to buy some sausages. And basically, when I went around the roundabout like this, just not even fast, that side of the car had water under the tyres, and I heard the water go shh. I wasn't going fast, flicked it around the roundabout, and the track light came on. So the VDC. So yeah, someone mentioned you're going to have less grip, you're going to have more understeer, definitely. But then again, for what I want, which is to free the car up, it's better. Though I'm warning you now, as you can see in a previous video, when I turned on to Foreshore Road the other morning without the vehicle in track mode, it absolutely did what it did in the U-turn that I made in that other video where I had the camera up the top. So basically the car came out, instead of doing this, right, it did this. And then the power is monumentally like re-delivered back into the chassis. Like, the other vehicle did not do this. Okay, I'm claiming the car feels like it's got more power, but it's the way the car brakes itself and then lets go and puts the power down. and it was violent. So from behind, this is in the previous couple of videos, from behind the car was basically looked like it was losing control, but it's not. It's because it's so sensitive in that mode that these tyre pressures have affected when the VDC comes on, but not the aggressiveness of the VDC. It's too aggressive. So now I'll get back to you regarding high tyre pressures in track mode, okay, and how I want the car to do what we all want it to do, which is get going and haul ass. Now, the high tyre pressures, buckling the rims, I don't know about, but I'll tell you what, they have done such a remarkable job with this suspension. As I said, what was unbearable in the first car, this car rides over. I mean, I don't know how they've done it. I know how they've done it. They've done the coils or whatever, increased the coil, the length of coils, but there's another winding on them. But it really is a huge upgrade in ride comfort, and also just the way it's always been so important to me that a car can soak up a pothole and not lose its line. Of course, with McPherson strut, you're going to get a bit of jitteriness, but basically the car can still, at 50 PSI, right, hit a bump and not transfer it through the body. So it's not that the car's crashing at all. What I wanted to do was to lighten up the car, make it more lively, and I have. And once again, I'll show you that these Yokohamas are wearing quicker. Much quicker to the Dunlop SP Sports. Once again, I don't have actual technical measurements, but you can see it here, and I can tell you right now, those Dunlop SP Sports, Sport Max on the first model, are the choice in tyres for this car. These are too sticky. Okay, too sticky, way too sticky. And I talk about VDC, but then again, the tyres are very sticky. So, you know, it's going to affect the time and the duration, the duty cycle of the VDC and how it works. Also, this car violently cuts the throttle out. I might not have mentioned it. I assume you guys know that, but it does. It cuts the throttle violently off and then back on. With the grippy tyres, with the revised suspension, it results in a hyena-like type launch and stuff like that. Now, one more thing, there is no padlock in this vehicle. I've never mentioned it. It gives me great pleasure because, as you know, I shimmed up the silver one, you know, with little pads inside and got rid of it altogether. But you don't have the cluck, cluck, cluck padlock here. Not yet anyway, but my other one had it from day one. I do, with the higher tyre pressures at the rear, get some type of knocking, most likely, and without doubt, it's from the pads. But I'm talking about here, when you go into a car park and put in reverse and go cluck, and everyone looks at the car because it sounds like something's going to fall off. That doesn't have it. For you guys with the previous model, you can get rid of that. You just use those adhesive little shims or anything. You know, guys, like if you had a little piece of cardboard in there, that would even do it, you know, till it disintegrated. Like, it doesn't need anything much. You can refer to one of my videos a while ago on the silver model of how to get rid of that annoying padlock. Then again, you got to remember, these brakes are designed to heat up on the track and also maintain the you know, the pads do not grab and hold and overheat. So they've allowed here, obviously, in all these types of high performance cars, the brakes are going to get really hot. So when it's cold, they're going to have more clearance. Anyway, that's that. I've got to go. Have a great weekend. Let's hope this weather holds up. Well, where was it? That weather, not that weather. But yeah, loving the car. Hi Richard, hi Eric, hey Budgie. And yeah, to you guys out there previously with the Honda Civic comments, I've got now personal friends asking me about the Civic. People are very, very interested in this car. I know there's a waiting list in the US, but I'm going to hopefully drive it. I have a feeling that they're not going to have one to drive. I don't know, maybe they're not selling here, or I'm not sure, but in the US it's like they're selling more than their MSRP. Now, also, yeah, so I'm going to start driving a few different cars, and also I've mentioned going to be delayed off to the tuners just a little bit longer until I decide and work out what I'm going to do. As in, I don't really want to put the downpipe on this car that I've got from the other car. It increased the power. That's all you need on this car. Is the airbox, the InGen or the K&N, they're the only ones that claim 27 horsepower. Oh yeah, hello to the guy commenting regarding what my tuner says. My tuner would say to always tune the car for any modifications, but as you know, the manufacturers are claiming that you don't need to modify the computer to take the InGen. I don't believe you do. I've got the scanner in the car so I can monitor the knocking and detonation for you guys. I just can't do that today, but yeah, I can record all that and prove it to you that this car doesn't detonate with the InGen. This car was detonating out of the box brand new with whatever tank of fuel Sutton's put in it. Now, so you've got the InGen and the downpipe. Now, I'm no expert and I'm not Brett Middleton, but I'll tell you now, that's all you need on this car. InGen, downpipe, tune. Forget about the rest. Forget about the rest, right? And the best thing with a custom tune, which I'm sure Brett and for example my tuner do, is that, you know, in intelligence sharp, in sports sharp, they can give us more of a kick. You know, sometimes we old school people like to hit with the turbo and to feel it. I don't like it all the time, but I'd certainly like it in sports sharp mode. And the throttle response is excellent, but you know, the spool up of the turbo, just to bring it back a little bit and spool it up, hold back on the wastegate a little bit. Anyway guys, hope you're having a great day. Sorry to rush through that, I've got to go. Have a great day and thanks for all your comments and stuff. See you later, bye.